Salam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So I'm going for my evening walk. It's about 6:15 p.m. in Jeddah. It's going to be Maghrib in about 45 minutes. The sun is down and there's a air flowing, and hopefully I have a good time and get some exercise, insha'Allah. So today I wanted to talk about workaholism. So the other day we had a gathering at our home on Thursday night. So actually Thursday night and Friday nights are a weekend here in Saudi Arabia as opposed to Friday and Saturday. So anyway, we were talking about workaholism and these times where the parents are working a lot and may not have time for their children. Anyway, I think this is a big topic. It needs a lot of time. So today I'm just going to talk about my own childhood, because usually what we have seen during our childhood is what determines how we are going to act when we are parents, when we grow up. So yeah, I'm going to talk about my childhood today, inshallah. So as I've mentioned before, my dad was in Pakistan Army. So Masha'Allah, he retired as a brigadier, and we lived in many parts of Pakistan. We actually were posted in all the 4 provinces: Sindh, Punjab, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So we have kind of lived all over the place. Plus my dad, he was a big traveler. He passed away in 2012. So actually today is his death anniversary, August 2nd. But he was a traveler. So besides doing our regular postings, army postings in different cities, we used to go to different places. We have seen places that a lot of my friends or other families may not have seen. For example, we have visited Mohenjo-daro. We have visited Kafristan, which is a place in the mountains near Chitral, where people who are, who wear these black long frocks, and they are actually not Muslims, and they have these very different type of traditions. Anyway, so we have kind of visited all those places. But what was remarkable about my dad was that we had a lot of time with him. So unless he was involved in these army exercises where he had to go out of town and be involved in these, mock exercises where they practice wartime strategies, he used to be home. And our routine used to be that we would go to school, and then when I would come back around 2 p.m., we would have our lunch together. So I would get a snack in school, but the family would always have lunch together around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. And then my parents would take a nap, but then in the afternoon we would go for a walk. So that is something I remember about my childhood. We used to do a lot of strolling together, you know, just go out and walking together, and that would give us a great time to chat with each other, to inquire about each other's day, to tell each other, you know, stories of work, of schools. So I have always loved walking, and I think it's a habit that I gained from my childhood, because we would do the afternoon walk with our parents, and then also after dinner we would have another walk. So we were having these two walks during the day with our parents, with my parents, and then my dad was also doing his extra jogging besides the two walks. So he was very health conscious, you know, until his last days. He got stomach cancer and he passed away because of that, but he used to be very conscious about his food and his exercise. But I think what's important about those walks is that it gave our family the time to spend with each other. So that's how we used to bond, walking together. So this is something that I still practice in my family. I would like to walk with my husband, with my children. I mean, the children, as they grow older, they have less time, you know, as they go into colleges, they don't have that much time. But I think that when the kids are younger and they have that desire to be with their parents and they want to spend time with the parents and the parents don't have time for them, it's a habit that should be kind of placed in the kids' heart when they are young, to have a desire to spend time with your parents. I also like to bike with my children. So I have a bike, so I'll sometimes go and bike, and I find that actually really, really nice. I think it's important that parents do engage in activities that the parents love themselves, because if you are doing just something for the sake of child and you don't really enjoy it, then the child would know. So walking is something that I really recommend, you know, besides the other activities at home like board games and watching a movie together at home and all those activities. But walking outside is great. Also, any chance we get to go out of town, go on hikes. I love hikes, and I also love spending time in the ocean. So swimming is not something that I'm great at because I didn't learn it as a child. I've tried to teach myself swimming in my later years, but that is something that really love doing, spending time on the beach and in the waves. So alhamdulillah. So anyway, that was a little bit of a talk about my childhood, and inshallah in my next video I will just kind of talk about the importance of time that parents should be giving to their kids in the younger ages, inshallah. Again, look at the mountains. Alhamdulillah, these mountains are something that I'm gonna miss when I go, because alhamdulillah I just have a view of the mountains, and the mountains of Jeddah, between Jeddah and Mecca, are spectacular. Masha'Allah. See you in my next video. Salam until next time. Allahu Akbar.